Hey there kids, welcome back. David Eon here, and no LPH, unfortunately, no Lady Pop Hunter today. She's not here. Well, she is here. She's here. She's in the house, but she's really not feeling very well. I mean, really not feeling very well. So I'm going to go ahead and do this by myself today, and hopefully we'll be seeing her next time. But, I did say in the very last video I was going to be doing a giveaway, and I am doing a giveaway today, and it will be Crimson, Alex's Next Adventure #1 certified special edition from Dynamic Forces cover variant. So if you would like to get this, all you have to do, three things. One, obviously be a subscriber. Number two, let me know in the comment section down below that you are interested. And number three, like the video, give it a thumbs up, which you should do anyways, and I will announce a winner next week. Now we're going to go ahead and get started taking a look at some of the upcoming toys and vinyls and statues that are going to be available for sale shortly. And again, like last week, I'm going to start off with Funko first because Funko has a lot, and primarily because of the New York Comic Con that's coming up. So let's go ahead and get that going. I'm going to start off with the Addams Family. Here's your official Addams Family pops that will be coming out, and I'm guessing this is going to be a cartoon. I haven't looked into it because Addams Family cartoon's been done before. They did it in the 90s and they had action figures for it. I actually had a complete set of those. The attempts to redo the Addams Family in the past haven't been that great, so hopefully this won't suck. Although the movie was pretty good. The live action movie with Raul Julia was pretty decent. Here we have some Batmans, like you see Batmite there on the right, and of course the Red Sun Batman there on the left, and there's a Hot Topic exclusive in the middle. I forget what this one's called. Here we have BT21 pops. Not gonna lie, don't know what BT21 is. I have no idea, but they're into BT21, and there is a 7-pack that will be exclusive to Barnes and Noble. I bet that won't be cheap. Good lord, 7 in one box. Cthulhu, glow-in-the-dark Pez going to Books A Million, and of course there will be a regular one as well. So more Pop Pez. Those are starting to pile up. Anybody out there have any clue? Is the Pop Pez thing still a big deal? It was going pretty strong in the very beginning, but I think it's kind of died off because I'm seeing a lot of them out on shelves now at like GameStop and Books A Million and places like that. They're sort of piling up now like the Pops are. No chases, but the regular ones. More Avengers based on Avengers Endgame. You've got Captain America with the hammer. You've got Bruce Banner, Smart Hulk. You've got Fat Thor with a slice of pizza. Farmer Thanos. A few other things coming out. More Paka Paka, and these are going to be minis, and that's the Kawaii Village, Japan. I really don't know anything about Paka Paka either, but I do know that on the Japanese market they do a lot of this kind of stuff, little happy sushi things and little cats and stuff like that. La Casa de Papel, I don't know what this is either. You know what, and I've been scolded for that before. People will sit there in the comment section and be like, you ought to really research this stuff before you show it. Why? So I can pretend like I know everything? There's 1,000 YouTube channels like that already. I'd rather just be honest with you. I'm not sure what this La Casa thing is. I'm assuming it's a TV show. And somebody can bring it up in the comment section for myself and others who aren't familiar with it. This is a Designer Con exclusive. Mark Hamill as himself. Not Luke Skywalker, actual Mark Hamill, which would be a cool one to get autographed if you ran into Mark Hamill at a show. I like how they put the digital image in the box because they don't actually have a pop ready, and it just looks like a flat image on the packaging. This was the Friday Funko Shop release, and that is the Loch Ness Monster, which I guess is part of their Fantastic Plastic line. I kind of like this one actually. More Dragon Ball, and right now we are into the New York Comic Con stuff. So this is the next wave of reveals for New York Comic Con. Vegeta and Piccolo. A 2-pack from Up, another one of their pop vinyl little houses with a character. A character from the new Toy Story film. Mickey Mouse on the Matterhorn ride. LPH would like this, but obviously 1,500 pieces, you're only going to be able to get that at the show. That one's going to be tough. She really likes the pop vinyl Mickey Mouse stuff. Donald Duck as a fireman, she would like that too. The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, Mr. Burns, who I showed last week, but now they've added the groundskeeper Willie as Freddy. Hello Kitty Statue of Liberty. And that's going to do it for New York Comic Con for now, which is fine because you know there'll be more. There's always more, and it's probably going to end up being around 70. It usually is. This is the next Pikachu that's coming out because they've been doing one every month. This one is Surprises to Fall For. Surprises to Fall For. This was the Monday release, and that is Big Yella, who was the original Sugar Corn Pops mascot in like the 70s. I like this also. I would have gotten it. I like the Funko Pop icons, but to be honest, just like with LPH, I'm kind of worn out dealing with the Funko shop or trying to chase stuff around or trying to find things. It wears your nerves after a few years. So this is something I would have liked to have gotten, but I did not actually attempt. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. 2 pops coming from them. A Spyro Pez. A GameStop exclusive Spyro Pez with metallic coloring. And 3 more Spyro Pops. Which I never actually played Spyro. I don't think I've ever played that. More from The Walking Dead. LPH actually has a rather large Walking Dead pop collection. I wonder if she would be interested in these. And here is the current master list of everything that is going to New York Comic Con and where you should be able to find it so far. And if there is an update to this list, I'll post it again if you need to pause to take a look at this. I like that they do this now because it makes it a lot easier to plan if you're going to actually go out and wait for a store to open and hunt. If you know well enough in advance and you don't have to wait like till the night before for the announcements, which is what they used to do. This is a lot more easy to deal with. And we're going to take a look at something from Mezco really quickly because they have another Bursta box. I don't know if anybody who watches is really interested in these, but I'll show it anyways. It's a Saw Bursta box, which is basically a modern take on the old Jack in the Box, which Mattel was really well known for. And they also have Sweet Tooth coming out for their Living Dead Dolls collection. And this one comes with an exclusive enamel pin. That's another question too. Are the enamel pins really that big of a deal? Because I see enamel pins all the time and I don't know, I'm not into them myself, but I wonder if there's that big of a market for enamel pins. Now I'm going to take a look at MFA again, and I've shown them for the last 2 weeks in a row, so this will be week 3. MFA has these to offer from Masters of the Universe, and the best way to find MFA Collectibles is through his Facebook, if you're interested in anything that I show from there. And MFA is legitimate. They are a legitimate company that produces statues. You probably saw them at PowerCon if you were there. This is the Skeletor. This is a quarter scale. and he is interchangeable at the torso. You see how there's like a little mini statue, it looks like a bust? You can take that bust off and swap it with the legs on the statue to do either version. Like they show two different setups here. That's what you can do with it. They also have a He-Man version, pictured here, that does the same thing. You take the torso off and swap it if you want to pose it a different way, but it actually comes with a stand for the torso so that you can display them together, which I think is a really clever idea. Because you wonder that, like I have the Serpentor from Prime One Studios that LPH gave to me, and I've got the extra head and nowhere to put it. It's just laying there, and it would be great if it came with a little stand for that head, and this tackles that problem. So that's very clever on the part of MFA Collectibles. And again, these are in quarter scale. Now we're going to get out of that and go into Sideshow. And Sideshow, we're going to start off with the Alien Queen life-size bust, 1:1 scale, and it's like a wall plaque, if you can tell from this image, where it looks like at the end of the second film where she's pressing the door open. That's what you're getting. So Alien Queen life-size bust, or almost kind of a life-size diorama, because it's overall it's basically a wall hanging. And this is $1,600, $1,600 for this. Next up, Bandai, and this is the fourth Frozen version Godzilla from their SH Monster Arts collection. As I've pointed out in the past, in the last couple of months, Bandai is now under the Sideshow umbrella, so you can get figures from Bandai that you normally wouldn't find in the States by purchasing them through Sideshow. This one is $140. They also have the Godzilla Earth. That's what this one's titled, Godzilla Earth. It does come with the ship that's shown in the background. $120 for this one, and the pre-order on this one's almost gone already. So if you're interested in that, you probably want to get on it. Back to Big Chief Studio again, who has done James Bond figures in the past. This is the Dr. No version of James Bond, and of course that's Sean Connery. 1/6 scale, comes with all the pieces shown, pistol and pistol case, the cigarette case and lighter. It's got a backdrop. It's got the dealing shoe and playing cards, which I think is pretty cool. I like Big Chief Studios. I've pointed out in the past, though, that you can expect a lot of delays with them. So you can get hung up waiting on Big Chief to hurry up and send you your product after you pre-order, but you're going to get a quality product. Bond is $250. And not to be outdone, there is also a Dr. No, because what good is Bond without a villain, right? This is a 1/6 scale, of course. Comes with everything you see there, including the bionic hands. I don't know why they call it bionic hands, because if I remember correctly from the film, and correct me if I'm wrong, his hands were complete prosthetics. They couldn't actually move, so they didn't open and close. He had to change them out. So bionic to me implies motion, and his hands did not move. Comes with everything you see there, the champagne bottle, cigarettes, the little tarantula cage, if you remember that scene, and a backdrop. I like that these come with a backdrop too, so that you could do a little diorama. $210 for Dr. No. And Sean Connery's worth a little more. Black Cat statue, and she has a cat dodging bullets. That's clever. Chat Noir Cafe, huh? 16 inches high. $435 for the Black Cat, carrying her purse, carrying her goodie bag. Or for $450, you can get an alternate arm that swaps out for a Spider-Man costume that she's carrying as opposed to her loot bag. So it's a $15 difference for the extra accessory. Now this is interesting. This is from a company called Chronicle, This is obviously the Starship Enterprise, the Galaxy class Enterprise from Star Trek The Next Generation. Made to look like a prop replica. It does light up. This is $2,000 for this though. This is a statue from Gaming Heads, and of course this is Big Daddy Bouncer from BioShock, which I have played. I played the original BioShock. Played it all the way through, but I gotta tell you honestly, I wasn't that impressed with it. I don't think it was as great of a game as a lot of people think it is. That's just a personal opinion. Big Daddy Bouncer is $750. Now this is interesting. Obviously this is Peter Venkman. This is a Ghostbusters statue. It's done in quarter scale. We do have an anniversary coming up for the Ghostbusters, so you're going to be seeing a lot of that type of merchandise. This one is $400, which it's kind of a good likeness. It's kind of a good likeness of his face. The portrait's not bad. They also have Spengler, which I think that's a better likeness of Spengler. Keep in mind, of course, these are prototypes, so when they start putting it into mass production, it might look a lot better. This is another $400. You get the theme here. You're going to be seeing all four of these characters. There's Stance, Dan Aykroyd, of course, $400, and Winston Zeddemore to round off the set. And no Slimer? What's wrong with you guys? But anyways, you can get all four. That's $400 a piece. That's $1,600 for the set if you wanted to do the whole set. And quite frankly, it almost doesn't make sense not to get all four of them if it's in your budget, because does anybody just collect one of the Ghostbusters? The four statues are being produced by Hollywood Collectibles, who, by the way, also made that one-to-one scale alien bust that I showed first. And they're also making a ghost trap. And this is a one-to-one scale prop replica ghost trap. And the ghost trap is going to be $500. Here's something different. Pennywise pop vinyl. It's about Funko Pop sized, and this is from Hot Toys. Hot Toys is reaching out into the pop vinyl market, and they're starting with Pennywise, and they have a few of them here. This one is $25. I love Derry version, where he's standing over the sewer. You see the little boat in the water there. Also $25. And then another one with the arm, $25. So Hot Toys' answer to Funko Pops if you wanted an alternative to Funko. Iron Studios, Ezio Auditore, $125. Looks like mixed media, but it is not. That is all vinyl. And for an extra $45, you can get the platform for him to stand on. So there's two versions of this. Regular version for $125 and the deluxe edition for $170. And I think that's the only thing from Iron Studios, if I remember correctly. But we're going to take a look at something from Kotobukiya, and that's Black Widow. And I think this one's interesting or different as far as Kotobukiya goes, because she doesn't look like an anime character. Usually when they make superhero type figures from Marvel or DC, they make them look kind of anime-ish, you know what I mean? And this one really doesn't fit that mold. Black Widow's $175. Now this is more what I'm talking about. This is Kotobukiya. Obviously that's Poison Ivy, and it's got a very anime feel to it. That's what I expect from Kotobukiya when they do particularly female characters. $125 for Poison Ivy. Actually, I kind of like this one. And Kotobukiya Sith Trooper. And this is going to be the next big thing now with the Sith Troopers, because it's a red stormtrooper. You're going to be seeing red stormtroopers all over the place. With this, you get both. So you get both statues, $130. Back to Hot Toys again. And what you're looking at here is the 1/6 scale Mysterio. And I like this. This is actually pretty cool. I like the look of the new Mysterio overall. I think they did a good job on it. I don't know why they don't have a variant for his head unless they're going to come out with a deluxe version later. $259 for the Hot Toys Mysterio. And yeah, you knew it was going to happen sooner or later. Hot Toys Pennywise. And I like the stand. The stand, of course, looks like the cutout of the classic sewer scene there. He comes with a lot of accessories. He's got a little jack in the box, a skateboard. He's got the boat, the balloon, the arm, a bunch of hands. There's a lot of options. He has an extra head, a head with a lot of fangs, the regular smiling face. There's a lot going on with this figure. This is really interesting. I do like this one. $267 for the Hot Toys Pennywise. Gonna take a look at print really quick. This is Batman, and you see it's a bunch of different Batmans, all in a collage, in a straight up and down portrait. The images on the side are the top and bottom of the portrait, so you can get a better look at it. It's $100 on the tube, $275 matted and framed, or $400 done in aluminum. And then another print for you, Wolverine. This one, limited edition of 50, that's not very many. $100 in the tube, $270 matted and framed, $325 in aluminum. And of course the aluminum version comes matted and framed. You can't get that in the tube. So that's why you're paying so much extra. Moving on to something from Star Ace here. This is Kong from Skull Island. Soft vinyl statue, Kong 2.0. $154 for the Kong, or $194, and you can get the base and the extra accessories. You see how he has like the propeller off of a ship and a chain and some other bits and pieces. I don't know how I feel about these vinyl statues. Has anybody gotten one of these? Tell me what you think of them. I'm curious. But $194 for the Kong of Skull Island statue. And here's something from 3.0, and 3.0 has actually been surprising me with some of their 1/6 scale pricing. This is obviously One Punch Man. One Punch Man, this is the standard edition 1/6 scale articulated figure. $119. And there's a deluxe version that comes with extra hands, an extra head, a karate outfit. You can change his boots out for regular feet, and he's got the wig. This is $139 for all of that, 1/6 scale. And I've been noticing that with 3.0 recently because they also did those Ultramans, and I had to go back and fact check because I'm like, wait a minute, 120? Their prices for the 1/6 scale figures are coming down with 3.0 as opposed to, say, Hot Toys, that if you've noticed, it's been steadily increasing. The Hot Toys are getting more and more, creeping up an extra 10 here, an extra 15 there. So it's nice to see 3.0 putting out a quality product for a little bit less, because I know if this was on Hot Toys, it would be well over 200. And a tribute to William Stout here. This is William Stout's Red Rider for $350. It looks like Dr. Seuss characters. but I really like this though, and I like the coloring too. I think they did a great job on this. $350 for the Red Rider from William Stout. And that's going to do it for Sideshow. And we're going to take a look at something else from Zoloworld. I showed Zoloworld a couple of weeks back, and they make figures that are kind of a tribute to the old 80s Remco action figure line, which is very similar to the original Mattel Masters of the Universe figures, and carded the same way. And these are connected to the upcoming New York Comic Con. Here we have Crowcore, part of the Warrior Beasts collection. And these are about, same height as classic Mattel Masters of the Universe figures. And you see it says interchangeable beast body, interchangeable heads. The heads pop off and you can swap them around if you open them. You get the idea. This is Copperhead, Acromancer, the Dark Warlock. Looks like it would make a good Skeletor or Keldor body. And Vulcan, the warrior beast from Realm of the Underworld, and his very, very furry pants. And Skullman, New York Comic Con edition. Not sure if these are going to be available on Zoloworld's website or not. I don't see why not, so it wouldn't hurt to pop over to Zoloworld's website and check these out. And that's going to do it. A lot this week, mostly due to New York Comic Con, mostly due to Funko. But hey, it is what it is. I mean, these Comic Cons come up and they produce a lot of exclusives. And are you a little worn out with Comic Con exclusives? I've seen that from a few people that do videos like this, and they're like, oh, I'm getting to hate the word exclusive. And I kind of get where they're coming from, because it is a very oversaturated market, and you can't have everything. Can't have it all. See anything interesting? I mean, I can tell you I like the Funko Pop Big Yella. Obviously, I know LPH would like those two New York Comic Con Disney Pops that are coming out, the Mickey and the Donald, because she's got a soft spot for those. A few other things that caught my attention. The 6th scale Pennywise, obviously. I like the stuff from the Zoloworld because I'm nostalgic for 80s toys and action figures. 3-Zero's One Punch Man is kind of a surprise too. I really like that. And the Hot Toys Mysterio. And I hate liking the Hot Toys stuff because they're so expensive. They really are. I have a few, but not many. But they are up there in price. And I like the Ghostbusters statues too. I like the Ghostbusters statues, but at $400 a piece, because I'd have to have all 4 of them. And you're talking $1,600 plus postage. Can't do it. Can't do it, folks. It's out of my range. Also, MFA, I like the Skeletor and He-Man statues, quarter scale statues from MFA Collectibles, personally. I wouldn't get them for myself. If I got those, I would give them to LPH. I can't help it. She's huge on Masters of the Universe and Thundercats. And the other thing that caught my eye too was the Big Chief Studios Dr. No James Bond figures. I love the classic Bond. I like the older stuff better than the newer stuff for James Bond. I mean, not that the new films are bad, but the older ones are more nostalgic for me. But what did you like? Did you see anything that really caught your attention? Tell me about it in the comment section down below. What are you after? Also, do not forget, if you wanted to have a crack at winning for yourself Crimson #1 from Dynamic Forces, what are the rules? Be a subscriber to the channel, like this video, which you should do anyways. I'm talking to you right there. I see you hiding down there in the corner. And tell me in the comment section that, hey, I'd love to win that. Sure. And I will enter you and draw a name randomly and announce it at the very next roundup next weekend. So, remember we're on Instagram, Open by Chance on Instagram, and I will see you again soon, and hopefully LPH will be here to join us. So thanks for watching.